Ready or not, here I come. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Hoopla Y'all show. Thank you so much for being here. I am your host, Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla, and we are running live on Facebook and YouTube on the Hip the Hoopla channels on each of those. And if you thank you for being here. If you're catching this live, I appreciate you being here live. If you're catching the recording of this, thanks so much for watching the recording of this. This is going to be one of three shows tonight. So with the Hoop Love Y'all show, let me go over that real quick. We cover health, humor, and hooping. So we'll be doing all of those really quickly tonight because I'm going to do three shows because I'm a little bit behind my schedule. So I'm just going to do them nice and quick and see how we go. And I'm going to adjust my seating posture here so I'm a little bit better in the frame. Okay, live and learn, live and learn, live and life. Okay, today's theme, whatever, however you go, is life. So there's a Prince quote that was running through my head that was, "Dearly beloved, we are all gathered here to get through this thing called life." So that was the exact quote. I actually had to look that up because I thought it was to celebrate this thing called life. Silly me. I was looking at the glass half full. That's not what the song says. It's just to get through this thing called life. So, on that note, we're going to go over some health, humor, and hooping tips that will go along with this theme. So, the first one, I love that quote too. And of course, there's also that Frank Sinatra song, "That's Life." So, I try and look at things with a positive slant, positive air, and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes, life is just life, and it comes at you just like, ah. So, how do you get through it? Okay, so here's one of my health tips of how to get through it. And I've actually had to go back to this. This is something that I used to do quite a bit ago when we had our health food store, Nature's Garden up in Evergreen, Colorado, when my mom was still living. And it was something that I really enjoyed, and it was really good. And it is a thing. It's a recommendation. And again, these are recommendations that I give you that I've done. So I'm not a healthcare professional. I just know from experience, and call that anecdotal experience. But anyway, what might help me going through the process might help you. So anyway, this is St. John's wort. So hopefully that I have one camera that's flipping the image on that. I wish I knew how to do that. I did look that up, but if I flip the camera, it will flip to the other side. Anyway, so it's St. John's wort. There's various brands. I like to go to Natural Grocers, or I like to go to our store when we had it, but anyway, we don't have it anymore, and we haven't had it for quite some time. So anyway, it is a really good thing for. I call this part of my happy pill regimen. So they're natural, which is nice because they have less side effects. I wouldn't say they don't have any side effects because, especially with St. John's wort, sun sensitivity is one of the things that can be a problem with this. But one of the ways that I learned about this is it was really helpful. It's a good antidepressant thing for one, but I think it helps just keep you even keeled and all that kind of stuff. I also throw in 5-HTP. I call that my major happy pill. But recently I just had to start adding in the St. John's wort because I've had just a lot of life coming at me lately, and it's been a little tough to handle. So I've had to add in this. I went back. I went and read the Prescription for Nutritional Healing. It's a book that we used to call it the kind of like the health food store Bible. And no disrespect to the actual Bible or anything like that if you read that. But it is a really great place. If you don't know about this book already, they do have current editions, so I recommend trying to get in and reading a copy of the latest edition because they always update with the information. I have some very old copies, but it still has some good basic information. And you can look things up by ailments, you can look things up by the herbal remedies, the modalities of treatment, vitamins, all kinds of different ways to look things up. My favorite way to look things up is, like when you have something going on, it could be depression, it could be whatever. I recently, my last read in there was panic attacks. So, because that's what I was experiencing. And so I've experienced them before, but I didn't know what they were really before. But this time I really had a good handle on it because it just, just kind of, I guess it feels like a heart attack, but, just a very high emotional thing. Emotional, and it just like it really throws your body into this state of frenzy, and that's not a fun place to be at all. So anyway, I read through that. I found every time I read through the prescription for nutritional healing, it has really good information that even when I've read through a section before, I read through it again, even when I think I might know, it's not that I know everything, but sometimes you just need to be reminded of the things you already know to put them back in the repertoire, because you might be like, and my mom used to do this constantly to me. She would say, like, let's say if I had a cold or something like that, she'd be like, "Did you take vitamin C? Yeah. Echinacea? Yeah. Garlic? Yeah. Da da da. Yeah. Zinc. Oh, I forgot that one." Or, cold snap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it would be, the thing. Hi, Vicky. Thanks for joining. Thank you everybody who's watching on the live feed. Really appreciate you being here. So anyway, sometimes you just need to be reminded of these things, to put them either back in your regimen, or to learn new things, to maybe switch things out or change over your modalities a little bit, because not everything works for us all the time. We each go through our own physical, emotional, and mental changes over time. So, and that can go with age, it can be with the stressors in your life, it could be from any number of things. Whatever you're subjecting your body and your brain to, can be part of that. So, anyway, I went back to adding in the St. John's wort, and that had a really good positive effect. There's this thing called muscle testing, which is an interesting way to do things to see if something's right for you. Because just because I do it doesn't mean you should do it. I'm just saying this is what has or hasn't worked for me, and that could be like Western medicine, or Chinese herbal remedies, or whatever, and being one hasn't worked for me and one has worked for me, but at different times, you need different things. So I don't want to throw everything out. I'm not calling anything an always or never type of situation. You need things when you need them. So I don't want to bash Western medicine all that much. A little bit, but not totally. But anyway, so anyway, St. John's wort is, when I researched it way back in the day, it was really interesting because Germans do a lot of interesting health studies, and one of them that I remember was that in Germany, they recommended St. John's wort over Prozac like 7 out of 8 times, and like prescribed. They actually prescribed it there because they have a whole different way of doing medicine over there in Europe, and homeopathy is a really big thing over there. And they've done the research on this stuff. So a lot of this stuff has been around for hundreds of years, way before we've twisted a lot of the things that actually did come from nature, and we've turned it into a manufactured drug, and kind of lost touch with what it originally came from. So these are actually from plants, and so they just have a different way of being. Anyway, I mentioned muscle testing before. It's one of those things. There's a few different ways of doing it. One of the ways that I'm familiar with, that has worked for me, again, this is just personal experience, is you can have somebody else do this with you. There's a way to do muscle testing on yourself where you don't have to have another human by, but you start with like your arm out, and you can resist. And you usually have somebody else do this to you. So the first thing you do is like, what's your name? And you state your name, like your real name, and you should be like nice and solid. So you should be able to resist if somebody's pushing down on your arm. If they're just, doing that, of course, that's not going to, that defeats the purpose of this little muscle testing exercise. Anyway, but you can, you say your name should be your name. If you say, it's like, I'm Shay, it's pretty solid. I'm Matilda, there might be like some give in that, because I'm not Matilda. So anyway, That's one way to do it. So what you can do with that is if you're debating on something, if it's right for you, this is one modality of how you might want to figure this out. I've also heard of pendulums. I'm not as familiar with the pendulum process at all. You kind of hold a pendulum over, and depending on how it swings, how you can, decide if something's right for you or not. Also, I like to go with intuition too, and because I believe in like angel voices and things like that, of like a whole bunch of knowledge and ancestral heritage that is way bigger than me. It comes through. You can call it the creative force, the you can call it all kinds of things. So anyway, um, but I call it angel voices. So, but you could find out if something's right for you. Anyway, you can hold the thing in your hand, like physically, and see if this is something for you. Of like, if this thing is right for you. So anyway, I recommend trying that out to see if you like doing that. I'm gonna write this down so that I make sure I put this in the show notes too, because sometimes I go off script. I have my little script in my notes here. Muscle testing, and then prescription for nutritional healing. So I will put these resources in the show notes, so you can go and find these easily. So if you are interested in finding these resources, you have a place to start. So again, research things out on your own, and find out what's right for you. Okay, so we covered the health segment, and I'm just keeping it nice and short tonight. One recommendation on the health thing. On the Huber note, a little laughter yoga exercise here, and I call this the ha-ha breath. And actually, I think it's already out there as the ha-ha breath. And different people call things different things. So, for instance, I have belly dance training, and one move could be this in one country and this in another country, and same with martial arts. This could be, your bow staff is this over here and that over there, and so different things. So again, things can be called different things. So anyway, this, I call it the ha-ha breath. So what you're going to do is, it's a laughter yoga exercise. So the purpose of laughter yoga is to just get a lot of oxygenation into the lungs, and you're going to bring the nice deep breath in, and so you're going to fill up from the base, from the stomach up through the lungs. So instead of filling up from the chest first, you're going to start from the belly, and then bring it, so not the stomach, but the belly, and then rib cage, and then chest. So you're bringing in with an inhale through the nose, and then an exhale through the mouth. And so with that inhale, you're going to take a nice deep breath through the nose, and then when you exhale, you're going to go ha, 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 as you exhale out. So we're going to bring it in, inhale in, and then ha, 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 ha. However many takes to get that full breath, fully exhaled from your lungs, where you feel like you have no air left, and then take another nice deep breath in through the nose, and ha, 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 ha. That can turn into a real laugh if you want. So, and let's do it one last third time. So bring it in through the nose, nice deep breath, filling up to capacity, and then laugh it out. Ha 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 ha. And we'll bring that all the way out. Okay, and then just breathe normally. And then at the end of laughter yoga exercises, what we do is we take our hands together, nice big wide. Very good, yay. We say that twice. Very good, yay. And we do that because there's a lot of acupressure points on the hands. So enjoy that. Try that during your day. It only takes like a minute. Maybe not even. You can do it for as long as you want. So I encourage you to throw that into your day and see how you can get through this thing called life a little bit better, a little bit easier, maybe a little bit more healthy and more happy. That's the whole point of all of this. So, and also, disease cannot live in well oxygenated cells. So the more that you can take in these deep breaths, that's why I do laughter yoga. I'm a certified laughter yoga leader, and it helps get oxygenation into the cells. So you're taking it in through the lungs, but it's actually going throughout the body. So, deep breathing is a great way to do it. Of course, meditation, physical activity, all kinds of stuff. Speaking of physical activity, we're moving right along to the hooping portion of the show. Okay, following the notes. Yay! Going to be on time here. Actually, and this is one of 3 shows that we're doing tonight. So I'm going to change outfits so that I can see that there's a difference in the video, and you can too, so you know you're watching different videos. So, alrighty. Okay. Then, oh, I have my favorite combo from the World Hoop Day dance that I was going to show you. And that is, okay, it's going to be, oh, and by the way, the World Hoop Day dance, there's a the song I wrote. The song is called "Living in Step." So this thing called life, right? Living in step, and there's all kinds of fun lyrics in there. Some are like little rock and roll cliches and stuff, but some are just some fun things. That anyway, living in step is just how to keep going and be in it. So all right, so there's this fun combination. What you're going to do is you're going to grab the hoop. I'm going to demonstrate it real quick. It's a nice slow twist up at the top. I'm going to hit the ceiling, coming back down. As you're coming down, you're going to release the hand. You're going to bring this sideways. You're going to step in, flip this over, and then you're going to scoop, turn it back, grab the hoop, and bring it back on you. So, and then we waist hoop from there. So again, with that little combo, I'm going to play it with the music, and with these 3 little quick shows that I'm doing right now, I'm going to give you little bits of technique from the World Hoop Day dance. And let's see here if I can find where in the music this is. I didn't cue this up beforehand. La 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 la. Sorry about that. All right, let's see here. Living in step. Okay. Soul on the flow. Don't get out. All right. Down, jump through, flip, and in and out. That's the combo. Woo! I got the right place. Okay. So again, what that is you're going to take, this is palms up on the hoop, and this is just a little hoop combo. So you can throw this into your hoop routine. Also, if you want to do the World Hoop Day dance, there is still time to get your video in. Go to the official, I'll put the link in for that as well, for the official World Hoop Day dance, and it will have the details of how you can get your dance in there. So do a little videotape, and it doesn't even have to be the whole dance. You could just do a little bit of it. And when I say you, try and gather some people around. The dance is really easy, very fun, very dancey, and really easy. So, okay, so I'm going to do this again forward to the camera, and then I'll do it facing the other direction so you see from both directions. Okay, so again, palms up, you're kind of at 10 and 2 on the hoop, and you're going to take this down, 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 up, 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 and then you're going to twist at the top, twist, 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 and then come down. You want to try and keep the arms nice and straight and long, and then coming down. So it's going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then start coming down 1, 2, 3, 4, let go 5, 6, step through 7, 8, up, scoop, flip, and down. So it's really just that easy. All right. So I'm going to do it facing the other direction. So what I'm doing with the hoop, whoops, is dropping it. Ha! That's the humor part of the show. Okay, so again, in the hands, 10 and 2 position, we're going to be coming up to the left side. Left, 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 up at the top. I'm going to dip down a little bit so you see in the camera. I'm going to twist, twist, twist. So it's a half twist. So I'm coming up, this is all in wall plane. At the top, I'm twisting and I'm breaking the plane right there. So you're coming up, 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 half twist, and then coming back down. And right about here, you let go with the left hand, switch the hoop sideways. You're in the happy spider grip here. Flip, flip. So you're going to jump through. So you're jumping through the closest foot, which is the right foot. You're swinging down with the hoop on the left. Step through, flip. Keep that movement going, that flip and turn. So again, from that direction, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. It goes with the music. So, all right. So I'm going to show you one more time. I'll face both directions and go with the music. Let's see here. Oh, that was it. Sorry. Down, step in, flip, up, that's it. Okay, let's try from the other direction real quick. Left, twist, twist, down, jump through, flip, and circle. All right, so that is our little combo, our little hoop combo for the day. And again, if you want to see the whole thing, you can hop over to YouTube and see that. And then if you want to download the music, which is original music that I wrote, I helped write. I wrote the lyrics for it. I wrote like the music line, and then Billy DeVette of the Devil Bills put it together, did this really great, cool rock and roll version of this great, kind of is like Daft Punky. So really like it, and I really like how it turned out. I was really happy with it. I'm very grateful to Billy and his time to put that together. And we have the rights to use that, so that's why we have an original World Hoop Day song. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to jump on board to do this, so that we had some really cool music and stuff like that. All right, this has been Shay Rippinger of Hip to Hoopla, and I really appreciate you being here. Again, we're gathered here for this thing called life, to get through this thing called life. All right, that's the Prince quote. All right, so until next time, which is going to be real quick because I'm going to do 3 of these. So this is number 1 of the 3-part shows. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching the recording or watching live. And rock on. Peace out. All right. Bye.